Hello and a very warm welcome back to the garden. In this video, this is part 4 of our seed sowing experience with regards to tomatoes and cosmos, and in this video we are planting out our tomatoes in the veg bed behind me. Since the last video, the tomato plants have just grown and grown and grown. They're almost like triffids at the moment. So this is how they look. They have grown so much, they look so healthy, and they're now hardened off. They've been through that period of acclimatizing from the indoors to the outdoors, and now they're ready to be planted outside in their final position, which is going to be this veg bed. So within this little space, I can probably fit about 5. So in this little crate here, these are the remaining ones. So we can choose 5 to go into the veg bed. The rest we're going to have to give away because there's just no space. These are a variety called Gardener's Delight, and these produce quite small tomatoes, but they do grow as cordons. So that just means that you're growing up a main stem, and when the side shoots come about, you're just nipping the side shoots out, and the trusses will then form on the top as it grows. It does need to be staked, so we have put these temporary stakes in as they've been growing, but I have got better stakes now, some thicker stakes for their final growing positions. So that is the tomatoes. Now the cosmos are very much behind, so this is just one of the trays I've got a cosmos. They are growing, but they are very slow. I would have liked to be at this stage now, at the point where we could be nipping out the tips and getting them planted, but they are still too small to be doing that. So I'm going to give them a bit longer, a few more weeks, and then maybe we'll come back to another video where we're getting these planted out into containers, maybe even some in the garden. So back to the tomatoes. So in this veg bed, what I've done already is I've enriched the soil with some farmyard manure. Tomatoes are very hungry plants, so you need to make sure they've got enough nutrition to keep them going. In this veg bed we now have a run of strawberry plants towards the front. We're going to have the tomato plants as like a middle layer, and then towards the back we're then going to have our sweet peas, and they're just going to grow up onto the fence. So there's a lot packed into this very small space, and this is what we normally do every year, and we do have good success, so I'm not going to change a winning formula. And we do have some interspersed calendulas as well. Some are self-sown from the previous year, with some small ones growing in between. So we'll leave them there as well, because they can help to catch any aphids that are going to try and get onto these tomatoes. So they're helping as a companion plant. So with regards to planting, what I do like to do with tomatoes is plant them very deep. The deeper you plant them, the more access to nutrients and access to water the plants have, because the stems will actually form roots. So as much as you can put under the soil, and then that will give you more stability in the plant, and it will also help to nourish the plant as it grows even further. And as on this one, you can see it starting to form these side shoots where the leaf and the stem join. So with these, just get your fingers and just nip these out, because we don't want to be having a bushy plant. We just want to be growing them as cordons. So let's take out that stake that I originally put in. As you can see, without a stake they are quite bendy. Let me just cut that off there. And let's dig the first hole. That'll probably be adequate. And with the first one, knock it out of its pot. You can see it's got lots and lots of good roots. And pop it in. Any of the leaves that are underneath the ground, I'm just going to take off because they're just going to rot anyway. And I'm also just going to get a cane and put that in with it. And then just backfill. I've left space at the back because that's where the sweet peas are going to go. That a bit of a firm in. And then we can use a little bit of soft twine and we can just tie that nicely to the cane. Not too tight, you don't want to start to bruise the stem. And then as that grows further up, we can then make further attachments using the twine. But for the time being, that's fine. So on to the next one. Just minding where these calendulas are. Nice and deep. And then what we can do is take that out of the container, give those roots a little bit of a release, take off these bottom leaves, and in it goes. And I'll just stabilise it first because I made the mistake of taking the stake out too soon with that other one. And then I'll get a fresh stake, pop that in, and then I can release this one. And pop in a new piece. And then just backfill like I did with the other one. So I've got 3 more of these to plant. I'm not going to bore you too much going through the whole process. I have planted 2 to give you the idea of what I'm doing. I get these watered once I've planted them, and then when the sweet peas grow a little bit bigger, they're only maybe that tall now, I want them a little bit taller before they go in the final positions. I'll then pop them towards the back, and then as the roots come out from the sweet peas into that lovely soil, that will just give them lots and lots of nutrition and help to feed them as they grow up and over the fence. So I do hope you found this video informative and enjoyable. Please follow along with the process. We've got these out now, but we are going to do another one hopefully when the cosmos matures a little bit, and I'll show you about nipping the tips out and getting those planted into containers. And we'll also follow the journey up until when they are flowering. And the same as with the tomatoes as well, I will update you with the growth of these and when it comes to the lovely fruits developing and finally tasting those beautiful, lovely, sumptuous tomatoes. So thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like button, please subscribe, please hype, please drop any comments you have in the comments box below the video. We will see you very, very soon on the next one. In the meantime, please do take care, and as always, happy gardening.